Coming to you live from the Stutzman Sports Complex, which is up the hill from the Kenny Weast Band Camp for only brass instruments, where I might have to go on the IR. I do believe I might have a torn meniscus, and none of us are playing for last place in fantasy football, but none of us are playing for first place. And Merry Christmas on this Christmas Eve, Sports Allegedly.
Welcome. Thank you, everybody, for this Christmas Eve special episode of Sports Allegedly. We have no friends or family. That's why we're here all alone. No, we wanted to get this pod in before, obviously.
Is this our first
the games?
Eve?
It probably is. But get the games in before tomorrow. NFL action. Obviously, we're going to talk a lot of NFL. We'll preview a little bit of playoff football for college, but we're not going to give our picks because we'll have one before next Wednesday.
Yeah, we're skipping bowls because
and we're not
going to be those guys.
And we might talk a little bit about them as far as any highlights, but otherwise, let's get down to the brass tacks. We obviously, as OU fans, witnessed a heartbreaker last Friday night against Alabama in the first round of the playoff in Norman. I think watching that game, I told you and I jokingly felt like the mayor on Halloween Town because, his head spins and he's happy, and then all of a sudden it's like, no! And that's exactly what that game felt like as a fan.
I thought it was because you were bald and
no.
loud.
I thought the first quarter, obviously won the first quarter. Oklahoma had a 10-0 lead, ended up being 17-0 before they ended up scoring 17 straight points to tie it at halftime. That was the concern right there.
Well, they had 27 straight points before we...
Well, no, but I mean at halftime. So you knew there was an issue there, and there were so many bad plays.
Well, when the punter's dropping the ball and they're giving catches. When did that catch happen?
That one when he was still turned around. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I didn't remember the details. I'm just watching in that game, and it's just kind of you see it, the Georgia game all over again. It's coming, and you have that feeling, and then you've got your Lou Groza Award kicker misses 2 field goals late, and makes the early one. I thought the play of the game, and I don't care what anybody else says. I thought the play of the game was, and it wasn't Mateer's fault, but you're up 17-0. It's third down. You can run for about 10 yards, and he tries to be the big dog and throw it for 30, and Xavier it's not in his area. He misses it.
Right.
And you take that drive, you take off time before halftime, you go up 24 to 7, and you've essentially almost put that game away. And right after that block punt, 3 and outs.
Oklahoma,
the pick six. He threw a pick six.
Right, and I don't know what happened on that one.
It was a clock, but it really was. It was
he threw 5 yards behind the receiver, right to the linebacker that was breaking. I didn't understand that whole play as it unfolded.
But it was a colossal meltdown by
our punter. Just for some reason, was he on the take?
No,
because he dropped the ball and then tried to pick it up. We gave him great field position. They flipped the script on us because we had them by 3 turnovers last game, and now they have us at 3 turnovers.
It was totally the opposite. It really was. It was just very. It was a very weird game because it was just like hell. You could not get out of it if you were a fan.
No.
In that second half.
Gave up too many big plays.
Everything just kept going. But the defense, they didn't play like they had been. But you still hold them to 1 yard rushing per carry.
Well,
quarterback throws just a little over 200 yards.
And that defense comes down to the same thing as what happened in an Ole Miss game a year before was you kept giving them short field position, and your defense, as good as they are, they're not going to be able to hold up the whole time.
Sure. Well, I mean, you look at it. You give 6 points away. You give 7 points away. It's not you give 6, but he kicks the extra point. So that's 7 points. I mean, that's 27-24. You missed 2 field goals. OU looked to be the better team in this game. That's what was frustrating.
They came in looking better.
And it was frustrating about that. And then every facet, and this is the one game, did you find anything in this game that you really blamed? I mean, I'm sure somebody out there is going to be like, oh, that yard, that down. But I thought coaching was pretty well as far as scheming and everything. I didn't really see nothing. I really thought it was just down of players.
We got outplayed by Alabama. Alabama made the adjustments they needed to. We did not.
And
we gave up too many big plays as well.
And it still goes back to the thing I've bitched about all year, and he still gets a free pass, is the OU line, offensive line, 33 carries, 55 yards. And if you want to go real running backs, it's fucking 14 carries for 40 yards.
True.
That's taking out Mateer. And I know Mateer had run plays himself, and he also had some sacks, so obviously that takes away.
I'm not a fan of those using, he had 19 carries? I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of the quarterback running that much.
Well, and Ty Simpson had 6 carries.
I'm more of a fan of that.
22. But no, I think the running game all year was just inept. And I think the talent at running back is there. I don't know what it is. Is this a coaching thing? Is this a scheme thing? I get it. The offensive lineman, we've got 2 true freshmen. I get that.
I was telling people, we need that big hoss running back with the tree trunk for legs. We need
a pounder.
We need a Jerome Bettis, an Earl Campbell, a Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, a Thurman Thomas. We need that pounder. We need that guy with the big, thick legs. I mean, who's the last running back that you can remember besides Gibbs?
Well, no, I think
Derrick Henry.
I think Xavier Robinson.
Alabama during the Nick Saban era seemed to be the one producing those big power backs and not really finesse backs.
Well, I think
and a lot of teams have gone to finesse backs.
Sure. We're still a bit of finesse, and I think you need both. But I think that's why Xavier Robinson had such good games and periods through this year, is because he's a bigger guy, 6'2". I think he's 225.
Yeah, but
some of the other guys are little. Yeah, I get it.
I'm talking about a guy that could squat 700 pounds.
Yeah. So
I'm talking about, because I don't know if you ever read the Walter Payton book or the Bo Jackson book or even the Barry Sanders book about what they did growing up and how they were poor. So Walter Payton ran up almost a vertical hill. I don't remember. I never read the Earl Campbell book. I don't know what he did to get those giant ass legs. Mm-hmm. But yeah, these guys worked and worked and worked their hardest. I mean, Bo Jackson used to run home from school all the time because he was getting picked on. So you need those guys that put in that work.
Sure.
Now, granted, you look at their kids come out and their kids aren't what their dads were.
Sure. Yeah, no.
Because they
lived a different lifestyle too.
Yeah, massively different lifestyle.
No, I think it was a really good year for OU. I think they exceeded expectations. It just leaves that bad taste in your mouth as a fan because
we lost 2 games.
This team
made it to the playoffs.
This team could have beat this team. It should have beat it. Not should have. Very easily could have.
Here's the stepping blocks. We haven't made it since 2018, 2019. When was the last time we made it?
Oh, I don't remember. It's been so long.
So we haven't made it in so long that we have these very bad years. We keep building, and we keep building, and we finally get to the point that we're at the playoff. Now, for the next season, we need to take that next step and start winning when we get there. Doing proper preparation, proper game film, everybody in there. And it's the whole worry. I know that a lot of this is the whole worry about who's going to be transferring out. I know a lot of teams are that way.
2019.
Okay, so 2019. So we finally make it back to the playoff. Hey, that's a great step for everything that's happened to us. Losing having a coach bail on us, having to rebuild an entire team over the last 3 years.
Yeah, but Indiana done it in 1.
2.
No, his first year he was there. His second year, I'm saying it just took 1 year. His second year.
Yeah, he's there in his second year.
Yeah, this is his third now, but last year they were in the playoff. It just took him one off season.
Was Indiana there last year?
Yes. This is their second year in a row for playoff.
Huh. Yeah, I kind of said we should have hired Signetti at that one point. You said, no, everything's fine.
Oh, not Brent. No, Brent's building it right.
We are so scared of him leaving and showing up somewhere else and having to play that defense.
Oh, yeah, there's no way we're getting rid of Brent. Yeah, no.
But that's what a lot of the OU fans talk about.
We've said that here. I mean, I know you have a lot. Yes. Because I said, what are you going to do? When we had our rough year last year, what are you going to do? You're going to fire a guy that's going to turn around and be the DC that whips your ass every time you play him. Every time. I mean, the defense was legitimate. Legitimate.
Legitimate.
So far, we'll talk a little bit about OU's transfer portal departures. Jaden Gibson, wide receiver. Obviously, we knew he was going. He's got 2 years of eligibility. Kendall Doby, defensive back, 1 year left. Kobe McKenzie, linebacker, out. Isaiah Dent, O-line, 2 years left. Caden Helms. I was surprised about that one. I thought Caden had showed some flashes.
Is that the tight end?
God, this pop-up.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
That's just stupid. You click off, not on. Anyway, Jacob Sexton hurt every year and every game and every O-line. He's got 1 year, and Javonte Barnes, running back. You know, he just kind of fizzled out of that area. Sean's currently checking my take on this Hoosiers and them making the playoffs because they did. Right there. Notre Dame beat them.
Okay, that's what it was.
Thank you.
I don't know why.
As he quietly should be producing the show and getting relevant
I don't know why.
information.
I just don't know why I don't remember them being there.
I think Kenny's wrong. I think he's wrong.
No, I just don't know why I don't remember them being there.
They were a pretty big dog in that game, and it was Notre Dame, and everybody loves Notre Dame. So, you know. And it was kind of like, holy shit, they're there. Yeah. You know, it's kind of one of them deals. So.
No, I mean, 10-point loss. OU, we made it. We just have to keep building, try to keep all these kids together, keep this team, and you know, grab some portal people.
You know,
we are going to have some freshmen coming in,
and we're going to lose some defensive players, obviously, to the draft. And
yeah, we're losing players.
But I don't think there's going to be anything, you know, that's going to be oh my gosh,
like we had been in the past 3 seasons.
Yes.
And I saw an article where a lot of those guys haven't done very well. The ones that the big names that did leave us. You know, the kid that went to Arkansas, the kid that went to Missouri. Like, they've all had bad seasons, so I guess we dodged a bullet with them.
Nope, I agree. All right, let's move on to the second playoff game that has of any interest. That was the next game, the second game. The scheduling was stupid on this one as well. So Miami, Texas A&M, obviously going to be the best game of the day, and they're start at 11 a.m. Now, we say best game of the day. It was kind of back and forth of nothing. It was a very boring
horrible
game. Thought it was the most competitive, I should say, not best watching.
It was the most competitive due to the fact that neither offense understood how to play until the fourth quarter.
If you look at the stats, though, on that game, though, is A&M, and that's going to be a tough one for their fans to swallow as well.
It really is.
Because
they start out the season 11-0.
They pretty much dominated that game. I mean, you know, some field position stuff. The kicker for Miami was horrible. I think he missed 3, if I'm not mistaken. But A&M, once again, 89 total rushing yards. Miami had 175, threw for 237. But then you look at the turnover, time of possession. A&M led, but the turnovers, 2 interceptions, and they lost a fumble, and that was the difference. And I think he threw a pick the very last play, or towards the end, in the end zone, or towards the end zone.
Reed.
So, and he was sacked 7 times. So A&M, there's your problem. You need to go find offensive linemen,
and that's a huge money school too.
Yeah. Well, and I think Reed, I think they've got some talent there. Defense obviously has got talent.
But what happened?
Yeah, no kidding.
What happened to a team that started out 11-0
and lost? Well, and we talked about this, Sean. Who they beat? They beat Notre Dame, and that was it. That's the only team that they beat, and they'd beaten them just by 1 point. And they held Love intact. I think we looked at that game. His rushing was horrible for that game, so that made a huge difference in that. So I don't really have any interest in talking about. Congratulations, Pete Golding and Ole Miss. His first career win as a coach in the playoff game, 41-10.
Well, but he's still using Lane Kiffin's staff.
Yeah. What's his face came over. So.
And Tulane, congratulations to Tulane for making it again. They're losing their entire coaching staff as well. I haven't heard anything about them hiring a coach yet. Have you?
Yes, they hired.
Oh, that's right. They did hire. I think we talked about that last week, didn't we?
Yes. Trying to think.
I forgot who it was.
Sorry.
Yeah. Kenny looks that up.
No, it Neil, not Neil. Is it Neil Smith? Not Neil. It's.
Oh my God! Is it Neil? Not Neil.
No, he took the North Texas job. The guy from West Virginia, Neil Brown. I'm sorry.
But we get into the argument, and I've seen this everywhere, about why is the group of 5 in there? And I think, this would be my rant. We need the group of 5 in there. The Power 4 need the group of 5 to play. If you start excluding the group of 5 from the playoffs, they're going to form their own thing. And then they're not going to be scheduling any Power 4 teams. And at that point, if they do schedule a Power 4 team, they're going to make them pay triple the money that they usually pay. Because if you take away the group of 5, that's the feeder schools for, kids that transfer, kids that are coaches, all that. You take that away, they'll just form their own league and won't even play any of the Power 4, and then the Power 4 will bitch because they'll have to play each other all the time. Oh, well, you have to schedule nothing but ACC, Big 12, or Big 10, or SEC.
Will Hall, he was a passing game coordinator. He's hired. He was former Southern Miss coach, passing game coordinator for 1 year, and they hired him. Okay.
So stop with the group.
I had forgot about
Stop with excluding the group of 5.
I don't mind including them if you move to 16. I don't like this double inclusion thing.
The only reason why the double inclusion happened,
I get it,
was because Duke beat Virginia.
Well, yeah, because you take the
Had Virginia won that game, Virginia would have been in.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to have one conference win one game at the end to not allow a Texas, a Vanderbilt, a Notre Dame.
One of the issues is they don't expect a team that's not ranked to be playing in the championship game. They expect those teams to be ranked.
I totally get it, because they're going to get one automatically.
Right.
They had Tulane automatically.
Yes.
They were the highest ranked Power 5. I like that rule. You need to keep one of those conference people in there. I totally agree with that.
And the reason why James Madison made it was because of the whole Virginia meltdown.
They were the next highest ranked.
And the fact that Duke beat them, and Duke didn't make it. Duke wasn't in the top 25. I'm sorry.
No, they had 5 losses, so they weren't even going to get close. And even some voters tried to start pumping them up into the top 25
I know.
at the end just to make it relevant so James Madison wouldn't. Now, James Madison did score 28 points in the second half against Oregon. Oregon's coach was pissed. I know he was super pissed about that.
Oh, absolutely.
But it really wasn't dead time because they were already up. After the third quarter, it was 48 points they were up.
Well, I mean, going into halftime.
I get it, but it was 48-20 after the third quarter.
And they were on autopilot after that. They had the backups in and all that. But I didn't mind that James Madison, they had made it. They had proved it. And who the hell keeps coming in and out? Are you coming over here?
Company. Oh, we got family company.
Yeah, the family starting to slowly roll into the sports complex. And dig very loudly.
Yes, just keep digging. All right, thank you, brother, for all the noise. Slam the door, too, would you?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks.
All right, moving on.
So as it went, Ole Miss and Oregon both rolled. I think they had the easiest of those two. Now, here's the thing. I wonder what would have happened if you took A&M and Miami and put them against Tulane and Madison.
Well, it was an interesting, because I told you in my playoff, I wanted to move Tulane to 10 and move Miami to 11 simply because Miami didn't win a conference championship. Right. Tulane did, and it wouldn't have created a playoff. Now, I know you're not supposed to, what do you say, to manipulate that. You're supposed to put the best teams 1 through.
Yeah.
But in reality... you're making it obvious. So you're taking Tulane. You know that Notre Dame's better than Tulane. But no, you know Notre Dame's better. So, and that's what I'm saying.
Correct.
So you know they're better. So you're obviously going, okay, we'll slot you guys down at the bottom.
But I still think it would have been. I would think it would have been better games having Miami and Texas not play each other and had Ole Miss play Oregon, and then James Madison and Tulane play Miami and Texas A&M.
Yeah, but you couldn't have done it because you would be manipulating the playoff. Yes.
I know.
But it'd sure make it a lot more fun.
It would. Yeah. It really would have. So that's what happened there. Next games are not until the 31st, and that's Miami versus Ohio State.
Which will be an interesting matchup. We'll really break down a lot of college football.
Why they have Ohio State at 9.5 currently? That might rise.
It is as it should.
Unless bettors get involved.
But look at the over and under. Does that the 42.5? Does that seem a little low for you?
It does.
Because now what they're saying is they don't. If you're 42 points low and 9.5 spread, they're looking at like a 35 to 6.
Yeah.
You know? Not much, maybe a 27-10.
Well, now Ohio State in their last couple games, they weren't really.
It's only been.
They weren't really outscoring.
They played Michigan, and that's a rivalry game, and then they played Indiana and lost. So I mean, I get that.
Well, Indiana's
points.
I think that's
Indiana's got a legitimately good defense.
And then you got 2.5 for Oregon over Texas Tech on the 1st.
It's a freaking
and a 52.5.
Is that January 1?
Yeah, it's January 1.
January. Oh, man, I'd like to take that day
down in Miami
because that starts early.
And then of course the 3 o'clock Alabama, Indiana.
Indiana rolls in that one. It'd be my.
And then
it's my early prediction.
Ole Miss, Georgia, which
is there another rematch?
Yeah, and that's not that's not everybody's fault. It's just how it happened. Because you remember Georgia was set number 4 until they won the SEC title game and moved up.
Sure. Nope, I get it. Looks like fun. We'll talk a lot of things going down.
So, congratulations to everybody. Roll Tide.
Yeah, I think now, if you get the Alabama team that's possible to play like they have early in the year.
Yeah, if you get that Alabama team that lost after week 1.
But like I said, it's still
that started rolling.
But Oklahoma very easily could have beat them, and Oklahoma looked better until every facet of the game had a meltdown.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to apologize for the Kindle in the background. Anything else for your college? I did my rant of the Group of 5 because I got tired of so many people bitching about that. And hey, I'm all for the Group of 5 forming their own conference and charging the Power 4 triple to play them.
Like I said, I don't like this setup. Because when you move it to 16,
I think 16 is a better.
Well, hey, this gap is too big. It's too big of a gap between games,
and it includes more.
And what are we setting? I mean, OU Alabama played Friday.
But it'll include more of the bowl games too.
It should make them relevant. Yes,
to those bowls.
But I don't know why they don't do that. Are some of these bowls just stubborn? And that's one thing maybe I wanted to rant on a little bit was these presidents and these sponsors of these bowls. You tend to be a little bit stubborn when it comes to wanting your affiliations of these teams and conferences. What you should do is everyone should get together and beg whoever puts this subcommittee together, and I don't even know if it's NCAA, I think they're a joke too, but whoever's running this show and go, hey, pick us too.
6 old white guys and a woman and
but
hidden away
but I do I like the home game feel of it too sometimes for all these. So I think
the whole issue for the home game.
But you would get 2 extra bowl games, wouldn't that be right if you went to 16?
Right.
So
the whole issue with the whole game,
now you have 8 teams,
is how the money's distributed. So all those conferences get $4 million.
Yeah.
And nobody gets to keep the money until the second round. In the second round, you keep the money. The teams keep the money.
Well, I don't think any team should have a second round home game. I just think
I'm just talking about. I'm just talking about how it progresses now with the money.
Yeah, go 1 through 16, and then you come up to 8 still. 2, 4, 6, 8.
Yeah.
And you've added 4 more teams.
Nobody gets a bye.
And you've added 4 more home games. So what's wrong with that? Yeah, nobody gets a bye. These buys are dumb too because you think about a team like that didn't play in their conference championship, which was that anybody?
Yeah.
No, all 4 played in their conference championship.
What are you talking about in the top 3?
4. Yeah, they all played in theirs. I'm just thinking if it would be possible to swing someone in that top 4 that didn't play in the conference championship and then had to take another week off. You know what I'm saying? Like if Notre Dame went undefeated, they would be off an extra week.
Right.
Or if they had just one loss.
Well, they did that before, didn't they?
Well, they were 7th last year. I don't remember what they did the year before. Man, you could be right. But that's a long time being off because football you tend to want to have that.
Yeah, you want to stay
week to week. You've got a game plan, and I see 8, 9
It
games.
does get your guys healthy, but at the same time, you guys get warm or you guys get cold.
Yeah. So now we're taking Saturday's teams, and the first game isn't until what? Eve night? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Wednesday night is the first game. So you're going from
It's
a Saturday to
6:30 on a
Saturday.
Wednesday.
So what is that? 7. That's 10 days.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's 10 days.
We could have added another game in here, and amongst all this around.
Well,
the
we do have
holidays
the
and stuff.
bowls.
No, I'm talking about.
I know.
For championship. So.
Quick update on Michigan coaching. I've heard Jeff Brom and today Todd Monken was mentioned as a possibility. I know that Michigan has talked to Brom.
January 3rd, Kalen DeBoer will be named head coach of Michigan.
Uh-oh. Look at Kenny. No, he said he wants to stay there.
That's what he says. Why are they so slow rolling about getting a coach, though, Michigan? I mean, it's almost like they've just given up that year. Next year, you know what I mean? Recruiting's whatever.
So, in mine and Kenny's defense, we have not really watched a lot of these bowls. Washington State did beat Utah State.
Their coach left, went to Iowa State.
And Louisville beat Toledo, and Louisville's coach is possibly leaving.
2 years in a row with a bowl win. I think that's the first time Louisville did it in X number of years. It's been a while.
Ohio beating UNLV and their coach not coaching. He was caught alcohol abuse and banging a student.
Well.
So he went all out on it.
And that was his first full year, freaking idiot.
Yeah, and that's all the games that have happened so far for that. That's all we've missed.
What games today?
We don't have any today.
Nothing today.
Yeah, nothing today. It's going to resume Friday with Central Michigan and Northwestern, New Mexico, Minnesota, Florida International.
I haven't really talked
UTSA.
about Pat Fitzgerald getting the Michigan State job. Really, is that interesting to see how they do with him? And
Michigan State's been on such a horrible downswing.
Well, they had that one good year with Mel Tucker, and they paid him all that money. And then, if you remember, that was that 1 year where they had that rotation. They played no one.
Well, right, and you got to remember that he got busted for sexual assault, harassment.
I don't know. It's something he shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah, it was a lot. Guys, you got money, let it go.
No kidding. You know what I find that
this is what we need Madam services.
Well, and
for.
I find it refreshing when these people they're all these, we see these coaches get these things, and there's been a lot of them in the last 2 years.
Oh yeah.
But then you think they're very small portion. They're getting caught. There's a small portion that's still quiet and will eventually get caught or not. But you would say 95% of them, these coaches, for one, don't have time, and two, they're loyal to their wives and children and families and stuff. So
unless you're Urban Meyer and you somehow know how to get away with it.
Sometimes
that's right. I hate Urban Meyer.
Sometimes I
don't like his face.
Sometimes it kind of puts a bad light on everybody. But
you got anything else for college?
I don't.
Nothing.
As far as college
transfer
football,
portal's opening January 2nd.
Yeah, we talked about that.
A lot of kids are. That you just talked about OU. I'm just saying in general, it's opening the 2nd. So I know that. There's a big running back that's coming in. I just read it on my phone. There's a big running back that's coming into the portal. He's declaring for the 2nd.
Well, as far as college, just wanted to touch up real quick. OU men's basketball, they did land an interesting addition, Russian big man Kirill Latintsev. That's a total guess.
Let me see.
Latintsev. Kirill Latintsev.
Elations stuff.
Yeah.
Kirill stuff.
Yes. Averaged 7 points, 4 rings. Big guy though.
Here's something. Here's something that's not been mentioned, and I know they really haven't played anybody. Tulsa's 10-1 or 11-1.
They are. They really are. And you say they haven't played anybody. They've played a few good teams on the fringe and have won.
On the fringe,
yes.
but University of Tulsa men's basketball.
Did they beat? They beat
ORU.
No.
The only team I remember. The only team they lost to was Kansas State.
No, they were playing. Where are they going to go play up there in?
I don't know. Are we still in the midst of?
No, they beat Denver, 90-85.
Yeah.
So
Denver's best at hockey.
Yeah, that is correct. Very good at hockey.
Yeah, Denver's because they've won 7 titles, 6 titles, something like that.
Hold on, just a second. I'll tell you Tulsa's.
Oh,
I'm looking at all the.
Kenny's,
you know what? Hold on. I'll just tell you this right now.
I don't know what Kenny's going into.
No, because I think
OU men. I know what OU men have lost 4. We're just doing an interlude to the NFL.
Yes, real quick. OSU currently setting at 11-1. Their one loss.
Oklahoma.
Really? Yes. OU women and OU men played last. Was it last week? Did we not talk about that? I think maybe a blib at the end. But they had played at the Paycom Center and OU won. Both.
No, I think what happened was that we missed it.
Currently, the Big 12 still got a badass basketball conference. Probably,
and that's what what's his nuts wanted.
And BYU's got a great. I can't remember that kid's name. Rookie. They're 12-1. Iowa State's 12-0. Arizona's 12-0. Houston 11-1. Oklahoma State 11-1. UCF. Whoa, what's going on? Who's coaching UCF? I'm gonna pull that up. That's got to be. Is that the old Duke assistant or Duke player still down there? And then Colorado 10-2, Baylor's good, Kansas 10-3. Everybody's now it's early, obviously, for that. So Big East, UConn, obviously.
Is it really? Because I mean, we've only got what?
Yes, Johnny Dawkins. Wasn't Johnny a
2.5, 3 months until?
Wasn't Johnny a Dookie
Stanford.
guy?
Oh yeah, Duke.
Yes.
Oh, he played at Duke.
Yes. Yeah, good hire by them, and he's had a couple. If you pull up his coaching record. Quiet, and he's an older guy, so he's not going to get a lot of big jobs. I'm not saying that's right, but he was such a Duke coach forever, and then he just kind of went out there at Stanford and just kind of went with it. But he's been at UCF for about 5, 6 years?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And then you go to the Big 12. Yeah, 20s. He didn't have a good last couple of years, but that
8, 9, 10.
So at UCF, he's 171, 179. He's been there longer than I thought. Man, that is nuts. UConn, obviously good. Creighton, not so good, but a good conference record. Villanova with the bounce back, and they needed it. Seton Hall, good record. Also Butler. Then you go over Big Ten, Nebraska. Look at them, still 12-0 in basketball. The Mayor's got it going on up in Nebraska.
Oh, you look at Vandy. Vandy's 12-0 too.
Michigan also doing so well. And then you've got.
Did they finally drop? No, Arkansas is still in at 9-3. Illinois is still in at 8-3. Tennessee is still in at 9-3.
Oh, you're talking about the.
Florida still in at 8-4. Why? What have they done?
Well, their losses have been against tough teams. Who's Vanderbilt's coach? They had struggled a little bit for some years, and why am I not? Can't think of his name. I've got to get in my football. But Georgia, you kidding me? Georgia in basketball? That's Todd. What was Todd? Todd White came. That Florida fired him, and he's done nothing.
Binghamton.
Where's he from?
I think we talked about him.
James Madison. That's what it was.
I think we talked about him.
How long has he been there? So Georgia, LSU, obviously, and then you've got Missouri.
2 years. This is why we talked about it, because he's only been there 2 years.
Yeah, and Oklahoma's setting at 9-3. Currently, no conference wins or losses. So
how do we have? Oh God, that starts next month, doesn't it?
Now some conferences have already started to play.
Well, they have the 1 and 2 loss, but the actual meat and potatoes of playing in the conference doesn't start till next month.
I think OU set a record for OU's 12-1 women. I think they set a record, 126 points scored in their last game.
All right.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
To football.
NFL. So, Kenny, what did you do last week? You said you were 4-2, and then I had to remind you that the
Seahawks, I forgot won
in overtime.
I just can't believe that the Rams, who everyone has pinned as the Super Bowl champs, and McVay, the greatest coach of all time, not just this year, of all time.
Look at the Rams in the first 3 quarters. You're up 23-7 or 23-14, and then from there, you shit the bed. And Sam Darnold has a good show.
Well, I should have known that because I watched the game and I loved them going for 2, which was great.
Right.
No, I thought last week's football game schedule was pretty good. I thought the Bears and the Packers was a very good game. The Bears kind of sleptwalked too and scored at the end. And then
two bullshit penalties on Booker. he was trying to roll off of Love the first time, and you could tell that. Still got to roughen the passer. And then whenever Love got his concussion, and I don't want to hear any shit from any Packers fans or anybody else, Booker had put his head down and to the left. Jordan Love put his head down right in the way. Now, Booker's going in and trying to do a legal hit. There should be, if we're going to bitch about these quarterbacks and all these roughing the passer, here's the thing. We're going to make it to where quarterbacks can no longer approve the ball, advance the ball.
And fuck, that's coming too.
And if they get a hand on them, they're down right there. That's it. This is the only way that we're going to be protecting the quarterbacks. Because Love really put his head down into that hit and got himself knocked out. Had he kept his head up and just kind of tilted to his right or to his left, he would have been totally fine. He would have taken a legal hit, a legal solid hit. But yeah, Booker did not try to intentionally hurt him. Everybody's calling Booker a dirty player. And I watched that whole game, especially in overtime. That's right. Bear down. Packers suck.
Oh, now he's hopping on the bandwagon, folks.
No,
look at him go.
I still hate Caleb Williams. But I always said, even if we don't ever win a game, the two games that I want to win are always against the Packers.
Sure. No, that's the big rivalry.
It's the biggest rivalry, and I hate that turd green and piss yellow.
All right. Anything else caught your attention last week? The big one was me is the Jaguars.
Well, Steelers, Lions.
Nah, not me. Lions are bad.
No, we were talking about it.
Lions
I
are bad.
told you, I said this is going to be Tomlin's biggest win of the season, and it's going to save his job.
And what's funny is Detroit had it at the end that they still could have put it away. But you look at Goff's numbers, 34-54. He's just not any good. He's just not any good.
Yeah, but he still had 364 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Well, if you throw it 54 times, you should.
54 yards.
Yeah, no, 54 times you should have 364
Oh man, Aaron
yards.
Rodgers pulled it out for him though.
I think it's becoming that offense is way too talented to be losing.
Well, hold on. Now, Ashton Genty finally having his breakout game.
He did.
That was a surprise.
Against one of the best defenses
correct.
in NFL.
One of the top defenses in the NFL over the Houston Texans, and Houston only winning that game by 2 points. And then the Bills only pulling out a 3-point win over the Browns.
But those are teams right there, though, that are in the playoffs. They're going to play big. They're going to make big games.
They're still playing for positioning.
I know, but what I'm saying is those games when you play teams that are really bad, those are trap games, and that tells you a little bit about them.
I don't think Houston has secured a win yet, or has secured a playoff spot yet.
They have not. No.
Chargers, Cowboys.
Oh boy.
The downfall of Dallas. Even the Chiefs losing to the Titans. Massive surprise.
Not me.
It was for me. Mm-hmm. Only getting 9 points.
Minshew went out too and blew his knee.
So he's gone. I don't know who their quarterback is now.
I don't remember the kid.
Not Carson Wentz. Other than that, Panthers with a nice little 3-point win over the Bucks.
Cute.
Somebody had them at 13 wins. The Buccaneers.
I mean, they should be with that talent, but we had
13 wins.
No, but we had injuries early in a tough schedule, and we did well. Now the schedule has lightened up, and we're doing worse.
And you've got your players back.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's coaching. It's time to make a change.
All right,
I tweeted it out, Tampa, because light's good enough. Your defensive pressure is not any good either. You have got to have studs on those exteriors, on the ends. There's just nobody. That'd be the thing I'd draft is end to end, interior guard, end. No, I can rant about Tampa all fucking rest of the offseason because it's just been horrible.
Jaguars, Broncos, massive surprise. I figured it was going to be a low-scoring, close game. Did we pick that?
Mm-mm.
We never. Oh no, we took. Okay, yeah, I figured it was going to be a low-scoring Broncos win. I did not expect it to be a 14-point Trevor Lawrence.
So a couple things I'm going to tell you.
Trevor Lawrence, that came out.
For one, that's why Tampa tried so hard to keep Liam Cohen.
Cohen?
knowing that he was a pretty good offensive coordinator. I had twisted those words. Tried to keep Liam Cohen knowing that he's a pretty good OC. And
both of
and hold on, and then the owner,
your ex-OCs have done very
and that's
well
what I'm saying.
this
And then the owner comes back and goes, "No, I'll fire the GM if you'll come over." Right then would have been Tampa's big decision to go, "Hey, no, we're just going to hire you ahead. We're going to fire the Bulls." Now, what they're going to do is you could potentially see Jaguars make a very big run.
Hold on.
Here, and Trevor Lawrence is not that good.
Well, we know that.
We
know that.
But I think you look at the transgression from the offense from Tampa. You look at hold on, and you look at the transgression of the defense that the head coach calls. It's not very good. And then Jaguars are beating the best team in the league.
I'm curious. Now, Bruce Arians, he retired, correct?
Yes.
Because I know that somebody's talking about having him come in for some other position at another.
Oh, he would be a hell of a coach at Pittsburgh.
Oh, you know what we forgot to mention?
What?
Who entered the transfer portal? Kyle Whittingham.
Who's that?
Coach of Utah.
Oh,
I forgot that he said that he entered. Sorry, I forgot. That was a big story. He says he's entered the transfer portal.
Yeah, it first came out he retired, and then
he did, but he said he wants that Michigan job. So anyways,
damn,
Jaguars.
that would be a good damn hire right there.
Jaguars beating the Broncos was one of the biggest surprises, if not the biggest surprise of the.
Okay, that was my second point, Sean. I think I potentially, with the right play caller, I could be wrong about Trevor Lawrence because I've shit on him for the past 4 years since he's been in the NFL. He's not been any good. Now that could turn around but you look at Bo Nix. He didn't have a good game, 28 of 47.
Well,
I mean that's not a good percentage.
Here's another that you can bring up. Here's another. Danny Dimes.
Since his injury, that team has kind of fallen.
They've fallen apart. But when he went to the Colts, he's had such a great season with a different coach. Without Dayball.
Okay, speaking of that, real quick, since we're not going to pick the new games yet. What's your thought? As you're talking about playoff order. We're also talking about draft order. Why don't you pull that up real quick and see what the current draft order is right now? Giants still should have the number 1 pick. What is your thoughts? And there is some Cowherd's brought it up. There's been some other people that's talked about it. What is your thoughts? Our Vikings bystander brought it up. What is your thoughts on? Is that true?
Uh-huh.
The Raiders took the first place.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Well, they're taking Mendoza then.
Oh yeah, they're absolutely taking the quarterback.
See what their next few games are. I don't know how that works as far as how they do alike records.
Tiebreakers, win percentage in conference, win percentage in division.
Let's see who they finish up with.
They are going against the Giants and the Chiefs, so it's possible.
The Giants this weekend?
Yes.
For the number 1 pick? What's the over-under on that? That's got to be like 12.
I told you, I think it was like 3 or 1.5.
That is great. We looked right over those games. We apologize.
Yeah, it's 1.5.
No, I'm saying the over-under, 41.5. No, I was like, it's got to be 10. Nobody's going to want to score. Look, and it's going down. So there's the winner. Wow, that is amazing. That is great. So the loser of that game gets the number 1 pick.
Allegedly. That doesn't mean that the Giants might end up. Let's see what the Giants.
I don't think the Giants have a very favorable last game. I think we're down to this.
I believe they might play the Commanders last, don't they? No, they've already played the Commanders. Raiders and Cowboys.
Cowboys will kill them.
So.
Okay.
And if I remember right, a lot of these teams are eliminated.
So Dallas needs to beat Washington, and then beat the Giants, and then they'll be 500 with a tie.
Yeah.
So
a lot of these teams are already eliminated from the playoff.
Wow, that is just crazy. I didn't realize that. But anyway, so that was my point. Let's say the Giants get the number 1 pick. Would you draft Mendoza and trade Dart, or would you keep Dart, trade your first pick to someone and get other draft picks?
Oh, Dart did very well. I don't know.
But he hasn't done very well in the last 5 or 6 games. Or 3 or 4 games.
Well, he's got a lot of guys that ended up hurt, too.
I totally agree.
So
are they kind of whiffing it, too?
He's better than Cam Ward. I know that. You go in, you get a couple linemen, you get another running back to complement Scadaboo. You might need to get a receiver too.
They definitely need a receiver.
I don't know what their defense.
Well, and they need an
looks
O-line too. I mean, that's a fact.
And that's what a lot of people were scared of when Dart have a he went out for a concussion protocol. And they said, why did you keep him in the game, knowing that you were losing? I think that's another reason Dayball got fired.
That was just bad all around. Look for him to take the Bills' job if what's his face gets fired. If they have a bad showing in the playoffs, I think they're going to fire him. I don't think it's the right thing to do. The Bills coach now. Why can't I could see his
Sean McDermott.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to this week's game.
Yeah, I mean, how long do you sit there and wait going into the playoffs and not making it to the Super Bowl?
I think it was.
They've been in the playoffs for like 10 years now.
It's the Tampa thing. Think about it. Dungy took him. Couldn't ever get over the hump. Gruden comes in. Super Bowl.
Gruden cheated.
He didn't cheat.
Gruden cheated.
They didn't know he was going to play the Raiders.
Yeah, but he cheated when he got there.
No,
him and Bo Wallace.
No.
Bo Belichick. What's that guy's name?
We're going to pick the Christmas games. Obviously, going to have some boring ass games tomorrow, folks, on Christmas. Sorry that
Kenny tried to tell me that he was 4-2 and I was 3-3 last week, and I had to remind him that the Seahawks won and that I'm 4-2 and he's 3. No, I just want people to know.
Just repeating.
I just need them to know, like you do.
You're repeating, but anyway,
look, I can talk with my hands too.
All right,
I'm not putting it in my mouth.
Cowboys, Commanders. I got this piece of just bothering. But anyway, Cowboys,
Let it bother you after.
Cowboys and Commanders.
Dallas by a good 10.
Spread's 8.5.
20. Let's go 34-22. That's a good 10.
I think this game's going to be a little closer than that. I would probably take Houston.
Johnson starting for Commanders.
Okay, well, no. Defense.
Mariota's out.
Yeah, defense for Cowboys sucks.
Daniels
Offense
is
going to make some plays to make it look. I changed my mind. 41-17 Dallas.
Look at you.
Ass kicking. All right. Lions and Vikings, one of the two most one of the two most disappointing teams.
Are the Lions still
in? Yes, they
are. The Lions are still in the hunt.
They're on the fringe because it's going to come down.
Tampa's
they just flip.
No, Detroit needs a Green
Bay loss
and they win
because that's it. It's coming down between them two.
Oh, for the 7th spot.
Yes, okay. That's it. Yeah. Because them two will get 7. Tampa and Carolina will flop. Whoever wins that, which Carolina's got the advantage.
And we know Green Bay's playing Baltimore, which...
Who's Tampa play this week?
I already told you, didn't I? No, the Dolphins. They're playing that resurgent Miami team.
Gotcha.
All right, Vikings line score. J.J. McCarthy's out.
Oh, well.
Lions are playing for a playoff spot.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking the Lions.
32-17.
32-7. You got some weird scores.
I do. Going big money this week.
Tis the season. Defense for Vikings plays pretty good. Flores is actually a really good defensive coordinator. Offense has been struggling, so is Goff. I'm going to keep it a little lower scoring. I'm going to go 27.
That's what I'm saying, that the Vikings, it's their offense that's going to screw up.
I'm going to go 27-24. Still take the over.
You're gonna make Detroit look like they belong in the Super Bowl.
Not with 27 points, but anyway.
No.
All right, move on to the biggest disappointment. Chiefs fans are crying, even though they've been to the last 5 Super Bowls out of 6 or some shit. So get over it. We told you it was gonna happen. Anyway, you should have listened. We've been telling you. Broncos on the bounce back for me. I think pretty handily. I'm gonna go 30.
I'm not even sure who the quarterback.
38-13.
Who the quarterback for Kansas City is going to be.
And one of the Chiefs' touchdowns is special teams. All right, 38-13 for me.
I'm gonna go 38-10.
Okay. All right.
Just because I don't think they get that 3 points. I don't know who their quarterback is.
Texans. Next game we picked was Saturday game, 3:30. That's
very interesting game.
It is because
1.5 points.
Justin
spread.
Herbert did make the Pro Bowl. I don't know if you saw that. They announced the quarterback. Well, it means it on paper, not the game, but it means it about the status of
Pro Bowl is
there.
just flag football now.
No, it's not the game. I'm saying the status, not the game. Don't give a shit about the game.
Doesn't mean what it used to.
But he's in the top 3 quarterbacks in the AFC is what I'm saying. You got Drake May.
Remember when they all used to get trucks and stuff?
Yeah. So I just think that the Chargers have had a really good year. They're a very well-rounded
You think
team.
they finished strong and the Texans?
Well, they're
finished
11-4. I mean, they're going to be right behind Denver and potentially still.
Well, Houston's playing.
Houston has the best. I think Houston has the best defense in the NFL.
They do, but Houston is also playing for that last spot.
No, I get that.
Right now they're 2 games up on.
They'll be fine. The Colts are out. They'll be eliminated.
Technically, they're playing.
No, I know.
Still, along with Jacksonville, they're playing for first in the South.
That's
AFC
correct.
South.
Yeah, that is correct. Well, and that's the only reason that those teams are still in there, because the Colts will be out. Colts can still technically, with a weird tiebreaker,
I know the
get
Chargers.
in that division.
Now the Chargers do have a chance of catching Denver.
They do after that loss. That's correct. Yes. All right. What do you got? Said that. I already said that.
Give me a Chargers 21-19.
Nice. Item 28-24. Chargers also. All right. Bears. 49ers. You got one generational quarterback, and you got one that thinks he is. So, and
yeah, Caleb, stop thinking you're generational.
Not even close. No, and it tells you, and I think Caleb still makes some mistakes, and he's young. It's in his second year, but it shows you what coaching is going to do. The offensive run of head coaches in NFL is going to be big. It's going to keep happening.
Oh, it's already started.
I know, but I mean, it's just going to keep rolling. Defensive coordinators, if you got a child that wants to go into coaching, a young man, or to go into offense, because that's where you're going to get your bread and butter at. Defense, they get big money, but they never get the glory. And so, and it's reciprocal. It is reciprocal. There's going to be some tides that change every 2 years where defensive guys get head coaching jobs. It's not a lot, though, unless your defensive guy can bring a really badass OC. Because what Ben Johnson has done at the Bears is night and day. Eberflus is going to be fired from the Cowboys. He's just not a. It's just it just doesn't work. I mean, he could be a good coordinator, and I don't think he's got the talent. You look at what the head coach of Washington. Why am I missing his name?
Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn. How he took that Dallas defense with not good players, and then now look what his defense looks like. Just shit. So, I mean,
he's falling apart.
There's talent issues there. Now, I know Jaden Daniels has had issues. They've had offensive issues, but I'm just saying their defense is bad, and so is the Cowboys. Even who's going to be fired. But anyway, you see what the Bears have done. They've hired the right guy. They've got a good tutor for Williams, and I think he kind of gets in his ass a little bit. I don't think it's like he's not a coddler.
Dude, he gets in everybody's ass.
He's not a coddler.
Like, he gets in everybody's ass. It's not just Caleb's. It's everybody's.
With that being said,
but
I still like the 49ers in this one. I like it because of their defense. I think it's low scoring because Purdy sucks. But anyway, I'm taking
a 20-17 Niners.
Okay, I'll change mine because that was exactly what I had.
You can have it too. It's okay.
I'll go 24-23.
Why can't we pick the same?
Go 23. What'd you have, Sean?
Look, we've cycled up.
2017?
Yes, we've synced up.
There we go. And then we got the last game we picked this week, which I think is going to be one of the better ones, is struggling. Both teams are kind of weird coming into the playoffs because I don't think either one of them are playing their best ball.
They are really
and I think there's drama with the Eagles. Eagles at Bills, 6-1 at home for the Bills. Eagles, well, I mean, you know why they struggle. And so I've said that over and over. We're going to keep talking about it.
I'm taking Buffalo at home. 24-20.
24-20?
Yeah.
I got Buffalo as well, too. I think we all got the same picks on every damn game.
Oh, no.
Buffalo 28-24.
Yeah.
I mean, I could change one.
No, it's fine.
Really don't want to because the only one I would consider changing is sometimes the Chargers have one of those.
I know.
Look like they. Where'd you go? So anyway, all right, we're gonna wrap it up. We got company. I've got dinner to cook. Thank you all for joining us, listening to us. After that, very Merry Christmas. We'll see you before the new year. Preview the college football games. Keep listening. Keep liking us. Join us on our Facebook page. At
Twitter
and Twitter.
Everything's at Sports Allegedly.
At Sports Allegedly. Appreciate everything, and we'll see you.
We don't have an Instagram.
We'll see you before the end of there. All right. Bye.
Bye.